Hey, I'm Brian, and today I have 5 things that I use to organize my cable mess that maybe you could make some use of too. 2 things to reduce the cables that you have, and 3 things to organize what's left. So the first thing that we have is to reduce cables. Now we all know that ports on laptops are on the way out. And that also means that for now we're stuck with a lot of adapters that we have to use in order to actually connect something to our laptops. But that also means that we have a big cable mess attached to our laptop at all times. So if we are stuck with using adapters, why can't we at least use one that does it all? This USB-C hub from a company called Quack is actually the best USB-C hub I've seen to date and the most fully featured one. It comes with 3 USB 3.0 Type A ports, an HDMI port, an SD card reader and also a micro SD card reader, an Ethernet port, and of course also a USB power delivery port, so you can plug this in to your laptop charger and charge your laptop through it. Most of the other adapters out there come with a combination of the ports that this one has, but none have all of them. Especially the Ethernet port is missing a lot of the time, which means that you have to have an additional adapter from USB to Ethernet. And this one is also really well built out of aluminum. It comes in all of the colors that MacBooks come in. I should have actually requested the silver one now that I think about it. Oh, and it also has some nice stylish lighting. Now next up is a MultiPart Charger. These are great to reduce the amount of USB power adapters that you have lying around, of which there are probably quite a lot. Now, the USB-C port on this can either support quick charge or a USB power delivery. I'll put some options for that down below, and there are even versions with 2 USB-C ports out now. And hopefully in the future there will be ones that support both quick charge and USB power delivery through the USB-C ports with quick charge 4. Now the other USB ports are normal 2.4 amp ports that you can use for other things that don't require special power. But for now, these are a great investment if you have a lot of USB devices lying around, and Anker and Oki are also pretty reliable brands. But what do you do with all of the cables that you have left over? Well, these are the Blue Lounge cable drops. Blue Lounge is pretty great for all kinds of things related to organizing cables, but these are good to organize cables alongside pillars or on your desk, and they're also really useful to keep cables from falling off of your desk so you don't have to fumble around below. These have double-sided tape on the bottom, so you can just stick them anywhere where you don't want your cables to go anywhere, but that also means that you kind of have to cut them off the table and remove the residue once you want to put them somewhere else. But you can fortunately just reapply new sticky tape and then reuse them infinitely. These are about $10/euros for a pack of 9 of these small ones, and you really don't need the bigger ones because these also fit your laptop charging cables, for example. You only really need the bigger cable drops if you want to organize thick power cables or something like that. Now speaking of thick power cables, you can stuff all of those inside a cable box. If you don't want to use the MultiPart Charger from before, you can stuff all of your different USB power adapters along with a power strip inside one of these cable boxes. I actually also have a Chromecast in mine and all of the stuff that would normally be a mess in the corner of my room. Now these cable boxes are available from different brands. The original one is actually from Blue Lounge as well, but that one is pretty expensive. So this one here is from IKEA and it's reasonably cheap and does the job just as well. It's actually also available with Qi charging in the top, so you can put your phone down on it and charge it wirelessly. But I just have some camera chargers on top and hid the wires below. Now last up, what do you do with the cables that you can't stick inside a cable box? Well, you tie them together and bunch them up to make them look clean. But cable ties are actually not as nice for that, because you have to cut them open and can't reuse them anytime you want to add or remove a cable, which can happen quite often. So what I use is just a cheap roll of Velcro, but it's actually super versatile. It has the hooks on one side and the loops on the other, and every time you want to use it, you can just cut it to the size you want and tie it around the cables and open it up and close it back up every time you want to add or remove a cable, so you can infinitely reuse this as well. So because these are so cheap and so versatile, I just generally recommend picking one up because you can even organize the cables in your PC with them. But these are basically all of the items that I use to organize my cables. If you want to pick one of them up, I'll have links in the video description. That basically wraps up this video. I hope that you enjoyed it. If you did, you know which buttons to press, and don't forget to press that follow button on Twitter. I'm Brian, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.